In this video, we're going to talk about what it takes to make prototype stations like this that are super thick, that are used to anchor all the tiles in place on the Maglev Metro game boards. One thing about the stations in Maglev is they're super thick. They're 7 millimeters thick. Compared to these tiles are 1.5 millimeters thick. And if you look at the game board is recessed by 1 millimeters. So the hub sticks up 6 millimeters above here. With 4 of these tiles, they're 1.5 each. You can stack 4 tiles together. That's another 6 millimeters, plus that one that they are recessed into, that's 7 millimeters. That's why we have to make the station 7 millimeters thick. This has caused a lot of problems for our production facility because nobody makes 7 millimeter thick punch board. That's crazy. So for the prototype, in order to simulate that, we had to cut something thick. You can't buy cardboard that's 7 millimeters thick. That's no such thing as that. So instead what we used is 1/4 inch plywood. So 1/4 inch plywood, super cheap. You can get like birch plywood, which the laser cutter cuts through really easily. We glued down a sheet of cardstock that has the stations printed on, put that into the laser cutter, and the laser cutter cuts out each of those individual stations. In addition to that, we put a kind of a bottom on those stations too, because the 1/4 inch plywood plus the cardstock isn't quite 7 millimeters thick. So we put a thick piece of cardboard on the bottom of each of those as well. That kind of makes up for it. So now they're exactly the right thickness. And when you stack up your transparent tiles, they'll line up exactly with the tops of the stations.